He flung the bill across the mahogany. $10. Here's your inheritance, old man. His words struck like ice water. Then the laugh, sharp, careless, echoing in the hushed room. My son, my own blood, my failure, or so he believed. The lawyer smirked, no words needed. I felt the weight of his calm, deliberate stare. That smirk wasn't just amusement, it carried knowledge. I leaned back, arms folded, letting the insult hang in the air. The money lay there, small and meaningless, yet heavy with mockery, contempt, a calculated dismissal. I did not react, not yet. Inside, something began to stir, slow, deliberate. The storm gathered quietly. The air smelled of old leather and cold metal, thick with an anticipation no one else sensed. Every eye in the room darted between the lawyer's paper and the expectant silence. I felt it, invisible threads drawing taut around a truth they didn't know I already held. My son grinned, unaware. The lawyer unfolded the real will. Time slowed. It wasn't just the money. Betrayal had a texture, a trace of something concealed, a half smile caught on a phone call, a receipt for a dinner I wasn't invited to, the sudden quiet when I entered a room. All my life I'd trusted him, nurtured him, expected honesty, and now I realized I'd been watching a stranger grow in my son's skin. The thought twisted. More than contempt, disappointment, anger, shame. He'd been calculating, hiding it behind laughter. The inheritance wasn't merely financial, it was symbolic. He meant to humiliate me, to shrink my life into a punchline. I counted the quiet betrayals, the missed calls, the hidden messages, the casual disregard. Each one settled inside me, a grain of sand building a blade. Still, I didn't act, not yet. I waited. There is power in observation, in letting the betrayer reveal himself fully before the first move is made. Days passed, then weeks. I watched, silently. Every interaction, every glance, every measured word. He never suspected, not a flicker. I traced bank statements, cross-referenced conversations, every dinner, every gift, every boast. The inconsistencies aligned. Patterns emerged, threads weaving a web only I could see. My mind was precise, cold, analytical. I wasn't reacting, I was orchestrating. The lawyer's smirk lingered in my thoughts. He knew, and I would follow the trail he'd laid bare, one deliberate step at a time. I spoke to no one, observed everything, every lie, every deflection, and beneath the surface, beneath the veneer of family loyalty and casual arrogance, I began to map the truth. The storm inside me was silent, invisible. I waited for the final piece. It arrived as a document, short, precise, unmistakable, the real will. He'd assumed my ignorance, assumed pride had blinded me, but I'd anticipated this. I knew exactly how the law, the paper, the sequence of words would land. I held it in my hands. My son's laughter from the reading still echoed faintly in memory. I let it roll inside me. The irony wasn't lost. "Do you know what this is?" I asked, calm, offering him one last chance to pretend, to twist, to lie. He froze, just for a fraction of a second, but enough. His mask slipped. I slid the document across the table. Everything he'd thought hidden, every small mockery, every casual insult lay exposed. The inheritance he'd flaunted as a joke wasn't a joke at all. It was the instrument of truth. Shock, disbelief, panic. I watched them twist across his face in real time, each emotion peeling away another layer of arrogance. And I remained composed, detached, cold. He began to beg, not with words, with his eyes. His hands trembled, his pride lay shattered. I didn't speak. I didn't need to. My silence was louder than any scream. I left the room slowly, deliberately, each step measured, every second a statement. I saw, I knew, I won. No shouting, no scene, just the quiet, brutal exposure of truth. The will was not merely a document, it was a mirror, a reflection of his own contempt, now shattered and returned. I watched him crumble under the weight of his hubris. The power had shifted, and he understood, too late. Afterward, I sat alone. The air still smelled of old leather and cold metal, but it felt lighter now, charged, under my control. I did not grieve, I did not rage, I did not celebrate. The betrayal had been met with calculation, the mockery with exposure, the arrogance with truth. I had walked through the storm and emerged intact, not stronger, not softer, not loudly vengeful, just utterly unshaken. He would remember this for the rest of his life. I would not. I leaned back, empty cup in hand. The paper lay on the table, the $10 still beside it. I whispered to no one, a statement, not a question. Son, maybe you should have been a bit kinder. And then I walked away.